Welcome to the EPA series, a journey into your Evo potential analysis. I'm Annalisa, inner alchemist, and in this space, we will explore the hidden layers of how you think, choose, and act so you can lead your life and business with clarity, not chaos. This isn't about fixing who you are, it's about revealing your design so that everything begins to work better for you. Let's begin. Ciao again, and welcome back. We're 5 episodes in now, and I want to pause to honor that. Listening to these episodes means you're leaning into awareness, and that's rare and brave. Today, we're stepping into a big one: beliefs. In the Evo Potential Analysis, or EPA, this trait is like the lens through which you interpret the world, your actions, your limits, your opportunities. It's not about what you know, it's about what you believe to be true, and what we believe becomes the map we follow, even if it's out of date. So picture this. You're on the top floor of a tall building. From up there, you see the big picture, the horizon, the long roads, the parks, the rivers. You see it all. But if you spend your life staring down from the top floor and never coming down to the street level, you forget how the world actually works. You forget the smell of the ground, the rhythm of reality. And that's what happens when beliefs replace experience. We get stuck in ideas, in theories, in opinions, in mental constructs. And those beliefs can become like glass walls. You can see through them, but you can't walk through them until something cracks. So the beliefs trait in EPA measures how you relate to knowledge, filter decisions through theory or intuition, update or resist updating your mental models. People with a high belief score often rely heavily on logic, procedures, rules. They like structure. They like predictability. They like knowing why before acting. And this can be useful in some fields. But it can also become a trap because these people end up preferring theory to practice. And they rationalize inaction. They say things like, I already know this, as a defense against actual change. Knowledge becomes a shield and not a bridge. And what happens when they fall short? They double down on theory. They rewrite their strategy. They read another book. They watch another video. They get another certification. But the real shift requires experience, embodiment, a willingness to experiment, and maybe, yes, fail. Now, let's look at the other side. People with a low belief score often doubt their own inner authority. They absorb opinions from others like sponges. One day they follow a mentor, the next day a guru, the next a webinar. They're not stable in their vision, not because they don't care, but because they've outsourced their compass. Both extremes, so a really high score or a really low score, lead to stuckness. One hides behind logic, and the other dissolves into noise. And the result is the same. There's no forward motion, no progress, no transformation, just loops. Think of your beliefs as a kind of mental architecture. Are they spacious? Are they full of windows and light? Or are they tight, rigid, dark? Your beliefs create the structure that either liberates or limits your behavior. And here's the spiritual truth. Every belief you hold was once a choice. But if you never re-choose it, it becomes a cage. The ideal scenario is to be flexible yet aligned with your beliefs. Now, let's imagine the ideal. You're someone who values knowledge but doesn't worship it. You apply what you learn, you test it, you adapt it to your life, your body, your context. You are willing to say, that used to be true for me, but it's not anymore. You let your beliefs evolve with your lived experience. You trust your data, your results, your emotions. You're no longer swayed by every new idea, but also not frozen in old ones. You hold belief the way you hold tools with purpose, not pride. That's what we're moving towards. If this episode resonates, here are 3 ways to begin shifting the pattern. So track your rules. What unconscious rules are you living by? For example, if I don't work hard, I don't deserve success. I'm not a leader. I have to do everything myself. Experiment instead of assume. Take one area of your business or life and run a 7-day experiment. Try a new behavior. Observe what happens. Feel what happens without judgment. Stay open. The third thing you can try out is to speak it out loud. Sometimes we don't even hear the beliefs we carry until we say them. Say it. Say your current belief and then ask yourself, is this really mine? Or did it just get stuck on me? And is this still 100% true for me? Because your beliefs don't just describe your life, they create it. They're extremely powerful. Now, I like to think of beliefs as the frequency your soul chooses to transmit through. I'll say that again. I like to think of beliefs as the frequency your soul chooses to transmit through. If your beliefs are dense, rooted in fear, shame, trauma, your signal is heavy, distorted, confusing. But if your beliefs are clear, updated, consciously chosen, and loving, your energy becomes magnetic. You lead with coherence. You attract with clarity. You become someone who trusts not just what they know, but who they are. Isn't that amazing? So, if this episode revealed some inner architecture that's no longer serving you, then this is your invitation to redesign your inner home. Let me know what you would like to dive into, and we'll explore it together. Drop me a like and a follow. It really helps me. And remember, your beliefs are not your identity. They are a story your mind told you to feel safe. You get to rewrite. You get to rewrite them all, or just one. You are free to believe again in truth, in growth, in yourself. Ti abbraccio.